Let's go to Mike in Dallas. Hey, Mike, what's going on?
How you doing?
We're doing great,
Hey,
man. Thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. Appreciate it.
You bet. There are a couple of questions. One, on the Iron Condor, I found that on the earlier morning spreads, you know, the 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock time frame, I seem to run out of time on doing the Iron Condor.
What do you mean you run out of time?
Well, there's when I've used the 415 spreads, it seems to have worked out a lot better for me because I'm not giving I'm giving the market plenty of time to go within my range. And my second question is, I get a little scared when I'm making a profit on one side of the Condor, and I'd like to go ahead and exit out and get my profit, and then wait and see if the other leg will, you know, if it's on a
Come in the money, yeah, right.
Yes. What's your thinking along that? Get your
well, don't be
profit
scared when you're making profit. Be excited when you're making profit.
Well, I'm scared that I'll lose it. I don't want to lose it.
Well,
So-
that's I understand that feeling because I've been there too. And where that fear usually comes from is because you've lost it so many times before, right? Like, I mean, I've had the same thing.
That's true. I just noticed you yesterday, and there was a huge, I mean, a large minus. I know you netted out the trade just fine, but
It wasn't bad. It was a $20 loss on a $200 potential gain. So
Right.
yeah, that was good.
But I did see that you were you were going down, and you never got out of it when you had a good profit. And I was just I know it all worked out, but I guess my question is when I'm up.
And what's
30
funny
or
is when I went down and I never got out,
Yeah,
that was the winning side of the trade.
I know. I know.
So that side won, and
Yeah.
then the other side lost when it ran up. But I
Yeah.
also put on the binary hedges.
I
And so when
saw
it went
that.
down, I put on the buy hedge, and as it started oscillating back up, I put on the sell hedge, and that's what made the trade, you know, a good trade. I mean, it was a $2,000 profit trade for 190 risk,
That's right.
where it could be
That's
neutral within like a very 20-point wide range.
Darryl,
But the reason I was able to stay inside the trade was actually 40-point wide range. The reason I was able to stay inside the trade
Yes.
and be confident is because I accepted my risk up front. Okay, I said I'm risking $200, you know, or $1,000 actually was the original risk on the trade, right? I'm risking $1,000 originally before I got my hedges on to make $2,000, and I was okay with taking on that risk. It's just like if I go directional, I'm like, I'm going to risk this much to make this much. If I get out of the trade because, you know, if I'm risking $100 and I think, hey, it can move like 5 points, I can make 500, and I get out of the trade because I'm up 100, then, you know, I'm messing with my whole plan. So either I have to trust my trade when I put it on and let it do what it's supposed to do and accept that risk. I mean, I have to accept the risk. It's not about being right or wrong. It's about making money and netting a profit when everything is said and done. I mean, said and done for the day, I made, I don't know, like $1,400 yesterday. But, you know, for that one trade, you know, I'm putting on that risk, and it's $1,000 a large risk. Well, it is if that's all relative based on account size.
Right.
So, you know, I could have been just risking $100 on the trade.
That's right.
You know, and so, you know, I did 10 contracts. I could have done 20, 30, 50, you know, 100, whatever. I just did 10 on it. And out of all those positions we see mixed on the screen at once that I have up there right now, my total risk was $200. I lost 190 on it. You know, and just one other trade, I made like 400. You know, and then I made other trades that made money and all that fun stuff. But
Darryl, when you're doing an
it's
Iron
accepting
Condor,
the risk.
when you're doing the Iron Condor, right? What is the goal on the Iron Condor? What is the actual goal? Is the goal to stay in it to the end, or is the goal to basically take the sides off?
Well, first the goal is just for it to stay within the center.
Exactly.
Now,
Okay,
I will take the sides off.
Right.
And I talked to some traders about this where I went into Iron Condors. I will take the sides off if I need to. And this one, when it came down to where I had a $200 risk.
Right? Yeah, right.
Yeah, when I had a $200 risk and a $2,000 potential reward, like I'm just like, I don't have to look at the thing all day. I don't care. I mean,
right.
I hope it wins.
Exactly. Right.
But I mean, that's a $20 risk for a $200 reward per contract.
Right.
Like I can set it and literally just walk away and be okay. You know.
Oh, for sure. That's a great money management tool.
And that's what I want to do. I want to be able to let my trade either play out or not.
Yeah.
Because I am going to mess it up if I babysit it and watch every tick, and I'm going to give myself a heart attack too.
Yeah.
Right. So I just want it to do its thing. Now, as far as taking it off, if it flies down, the thing is, it flew down, and there was still 5-6 hours left in the trade.
Yes.
Right. And so there was really no time. I mean, maybe 4 hours. I don't know, but there was still way too much premium.
Okay.
Like I went in and I sold it. Let's see, what was it? It flew down. Yeah, the 42.29, the 42.20 to 42.50 trade.
Yep.
Yes.
That you can see right there on my screen. When I did that trade, okay, and it flew down to like 42.20 or 42.30 or whatever.
Yep.
The price was like at 42.27. I'd only made 200 of like 1,000 potential dollars.
Because the premium was still there. I'm with you.
Yeah,
okay, right.
literally, it was only up like 10% of the potential profit, or maybe 20% of the potential profit.
Right.
If I am up 80% of the potential profit on a trade,
right,
I don't mind taking it off. I think that's a wise.
Yeah. Right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
And so on an Iron Condor, if I can make 10 points and I can get 8 on each side, hey, take it off.
That's intense,
okay?
man. Yeah.
Okay.
And now I want to give one exception to that, because I don't just put a working order in, and you see me put working orders in a lot.
Yeah.
Is if that happens early on, I'm all about it.
Okay.
But if it goes to like 42.20 and it's just chilling out at 42.20, and now I can take it off for 80% on both sides.
Yeah.
Well, it's right in the center.
Right.
Right.
Okay. So why give away 40% of the profit of that entire, 20% on each side?
When you're right there. No.
When I'm right there.
Yeah. Right.
So, I mean, I'm at the max profit point, but there's no reason to take it off. But if it moves down and I can take it off for 80%, or moves up and I can take it off for 8%, then I'll take off the trade.
Daryl, do you try to use the 415 condors or 415 expirations when you're, and I guess because the market moves so radically early in the mornings, do you try to do your Iron Condors in the afternoons?
I usually, I've hopped in there like late at night. I'm less comfortable with those because I don't like sleeping on a trade. I'm a little bit too much of a control freak to just leave them hanging out there. Yeah. Morning, I usually am trading directionally. There's way too much money to be made, and I don't want to worry about a neutral trade. So usually you're going to see me hop in these like after 10 a.m. Eastern time. And most often, I wouldn't mind doing a 2 hour.
You get a better feeling, right? You can get a better feeling that what kind of ranges are going to be. Yeah, exactly. Right.
Exactly. So let the morning session go out, let that morning hustle happen, in the markets.
Yeah.
And then usually it'll pop back up around 10 o'clock. A lot of times that's where you're going to get flat, and you may pop up and come down, but a lot of times it'll come back to that 10 o'clock price.
Yeah.
And I like the 415s really because there's more premium in them. It's not that I wouldn't be just as happy with an 11 a.m. It's just there's not as much premium usually in the trade to make it worth the risk of doing it. I think like that one was 20 points up, 20 points down at a 40-point wide spread. I think went up, went up all of them. But
okay, very good.
In this case, if I can get more premium, that gives me more range to play with. It gives me more time to get those hedges on.
Right.
Which turned it from a 1 risk to 2 reward to a 1 risk to 10 reward. So. That's another reason why I like it. And I got those longs filled right away, and it took a while. It took like an hour or two before my upper side got filled.
Interesting.
And I would have been nervous if I didn't have that good of a risk reward. I want usually a 1-to-1 or better. Okay. And so if let's say I'm getting 10 points and it's 30 points wide, so I have a 20-point risk on the trade.
Yeah.
Then if it goes 10 points, in this case 20 points against me, because that's where my break even. 10 points would be my break even down, 10 points up, and then 20 points down would be I have some loss. So wherever my 1-to-1, like if my maximum profit is $100, okay, at what point would I be down $100 net between the two sides, right?
Right.
So I like to trade a 1-to-1, and in this case, I was better than a 1-to-1 without using any stop loss, like without the hedges.
Right. Okay.
So, if it's so narrow, if the premium's so small because it's just a low volatility day or whatever, if the premium's so small that my risk is greater than 1-to-1, then I'll usually exit at a 1-to-1 if I haven't got on my, my hedges yet.
Okay. But you're always keeping an eye on the premium?
As far as like once I'm in, I'm not looking at it at all. I don't care. I could go swim in the pool.
Okay.
So,
But getting
you're
in,
already-
Mike, getting in, he's definitely all over the premium because that's how he's
but I'm
making
getting
the
in
money,
premium
right?
matters. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But
Very good.
once I'm in, I mean, like if I hit that button, then I can't. Okay, personally, the way that I have to face my own, trading monsters, right?
Yes.
If I don't make my decisions of what I'm gonna do before I hit my entry, like how am I gonna play this out if it goes wrong? Okay. If I haven't made that decision in my head first, I'm gonna mess up the trade after I enter because your emotions are uncontrollable after you get in.
True.
I mean, you can try to take control of them, and a good chunk of the time you may win that battle, but when you lose, you can lose really bad.
Right.
Okay, because you'll make the wrong decisions.
I agree.
So
Okay.
I like to have my exit plan. If I don't know where I'm going to get out of the trade, I honestly have no business getting into the trade. And so if you can accept that exit plan before you enter, and if you can make sure your risk capital is one that I can come back and trade tomorrow, and I'm not going to go and need to drink 20
It's not
beers
the end
tonight.
of the world. No, it's crucial. And those
If I can do that, then I'll be a lot better trader.
Yeah,
Very
and
good.
those one decision trades are really important, and that's what he's saying, folks. Okay, meaning that you make the decision before the fact, not after the fact, because when you make it after the fact, man, good luck to you. It's,
Well, and a really good trader that helped me learn that was Mark Douglas.
yeah,
So he just passed away a week and a half ago.
I know.
But he
Sad. Yeah.
a great contribution to the trading community. He has a couple books, but the most popular one is Trading in the Zone.
Right.
And if you haven't bought that book, hop on Amazon literally and buy it today. I mean, make it your reading list for the weekend.
Right.
Because it is the best book, in my opinion, that out of all the books I've read. There may be better ones, but
Yeah.
every trader I've ever recommended it to, everybody has said thank you. It really helps you formulate that plan and say, hey, make your decision, stick to your decision, don't look backwards, control your risk. I mean, all the things you hear all the time, but he put a lot of that stuff in print.
Yeah.
And it'll help you a lot as far as, that fear that you're talking about that we all face. Of, hey, I'm afraid, I'm up, and I don't want to give it back. And that all comes back to the decisions you made before you enter the trade.
Okay. Well, thank you also very much. Daryl, you've helped me. So have you, Tom.
Okay, man. Have a great one.
Thank
Have a
you.
safe one.
Okay.
Hey, Mike, you have a good one, man.
You too.